right, here we are back for another one. It's bright and early in the morning, 5:50. Getting my UDS all fired up, that ugly drum smoker I built. Did some ribs on it a couple weeks ago, turned out pretty good. So I figured I'd experiment a little bit today. Gonna do brisket. They have briskets up at Costco. They were $3.99 a pound. And I got this 12-pounder up there, and I'm picky, so I go up there, and they had like 4 ones that I would pick just sitting there. So this one had a really good profile all the way down. Did not require much trimming at all. The trimmings I got are right here in this little pouch. What I'm gonna do is put those in a foil pan, let them melt down so I can put that in my wrap, a little bit of easy tallow. But anyway, I'm gonna do this thing fat side down on the ugly drum. I got some charcoal, like cherry flavored charcoal, firing up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and chunk up a few, probably 4 chunks of pecan, put that in there, dump the fire on there, the charcoal on top, and then we're gonna get this baby started. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick too. Guy on Instagram, it's a Couth KC, like COUTH KC, made this freaking awesome cutting board for me. Hit me up the other day on Instagram. I said, hey dude, you got a nice cutting board? It's like just one I got at Home Goods, just some decent one I got there. He said, well, I'm gonna make you one. And then like not even 2 weeks later, he hit me up again and he had this nice thing all set up for me. So big enough to cut this brisket on. That's what he said, how big you want it? I said, big enough to cut a brisket on it. So anyway, if you go see him, he's Couth KC, so Couth, COUTH_KC. And he builds some awesome wood, anything out of wood, talking furniture, taught himself how to weld. He does all the bases for his tables and everything. So hit that guy up on Instagram, give him a follow. I'm gonna get this thing on the UDS. I gotta get the charcoal's about done. We're gonna go fat side down, cherry charcoal, pecan wood, and get this thing rocking. Our chimney is about done. You can see from the last cook, I really filled that basket up, and there's still plenty of charcoal down in there. So I'm gonna dump this on top, bring it up to temperature, and then what I like to do is, excuse me, my bad. What I like to do after I bring it up to temperature, make sure everything's where I want it temp-wise. Then I'll put my wood in on top of that, put my deflector plate in, first rack, water pan, second rack, brisket. That's the plan. I'll go ahead and stir that up a little bit, move some over to the side, and put the top on. All right. This baby likes to hover right around 300 when I first get it started, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put into it, except for the brisket right now. I'm gonna try to get that temperature between 275 and 300, so just down just a little bit. I got my vents closed down a little bit. It heats up pretty quick when you open this up, so I'm gonna work quick. So first thing that goes in is your deflector plate. That's all the way down. I moved that down about 3 inches from my first time I cooked. Second piece, second grate. A certain way it all goes in. Just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the water pan now. Oops. Flip just a little bit. That's all right. And then cooking grate. Just like that. Actually, rotate that. My fire box is rectangular going that way. I'm gonna turn this opposite direction, and I'm gonna put my brisket in that way too. Here we go. So that's all set up. There we go. Gotta be picky. So it's all set up. Get the top back on. See where we're at temp wise. Get started. Shit, you know what I didn't do? I did not put any wood in. So there you go. Beginner rookie mistake. I'm gonna get all this shit out and put some wood back in there. That's usually a pretty quick fix there. All you gotta do is tilt up that deflector plate and you're good to go. Everything goes back in. Water pan. It's easy to forget little steps like that when you're trying to move quickly. That way. Back in. we go. See where we're at in about 5 minutes. This thing recovers very quickly. And then get that brisket put on. All right, looking like we're right where we want to be now. Got everything fired up. It's hovering around that 275, 300 range. I hope this thing actually fits on there. It's a pretty long brisket, so I'm gonna get it put on, and we're just gonna monitor this thing all day. It should cook really, really evenly. Last time I did ribs on here, I had that thing set up right at, I think it was running at 250, 275, and I didn't have to do anything to it. So it recovered quick when I took the top off to spray and everything. So gonna get this thing put on and get rolling. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Fat cap down. Hopefully that'll protect it from any radiant heat coming up. Now we wait. All right, here we are at the 2 hour mark. I went ahead and put the my flat lid on. Just I was getting a lot of leakage coming around the whole edge from that Weber kettle. I might have to do some work on it to make it seal up a little bit better. But this is sealing really, really nice. I don't see any leakage. I'm not sure that affects that much because it's just pulling from the bottom up anyways. But I'm gonna check this out. Had not even peeked at it yet, so hopefully it's been rocking steady between 275 and 300. It pretty much just stays where you put it. It's pretty on point. So I'm gonna take a peek at this and see what kind of color we're getting at the 2 hour mark. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Not too bad. Might do some rotating here in a second, but color's on point. Get some nice crispy edges too. Very, very cool. Put a little spray on it. Just around the edges here. Just water in here today. I don't have anything fancy for it. There we go. Get some gloves on and I'll give this a rotate, but that is some kick-ass color at the 2 hour mark. Here we are, 3 hour mark, excuse me, 3 hour mark. I'm liking this lid, it's really sealing it up well. Ooh, baby, that's some good color on there. I think you can see that. I like to spray the edges a little bit. Man, this color here is almost as good as the color on the offset. It looks like I'm spraying a lot, but I'm really not. It's not a lot because this water bottle's kind of screwed up. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. There we go. I don't like spraying too like a streamline though. Just a little bit on the edges. I think I'll rotate one more time. Check the internal through that meter or that meat stick right there, and we'll see where we're at. Looking good though. Liking it. So 4 hour mark on the dot. The color, I'm just really surprised. I think it's awesome. Anytime you can build one of these, you see that last video I did, gives you the breakdown of what it costs. It's not that expensive. So far, so good. I'm expecting good results from this brisket. Let me get this far side over here. Sorry, my camera work sucks. Alright. Good to me. Probably another hour and a half, 2 hours on smoke, and then boom, we're gonna wrap it up. All right, here it is all wrapped up. I did 5 or 10 pads of butter and wrapped it up. Pretty side up right here. Gonna maybe go do some running around here in a second. So I'm just gonna end up throwing this back in the oven to finish it off at 275, and it should take only maybe 3 more hours. We hit 160, 162 when I put it in the wrap, and now all we gotta do is finish it off till when I probe through this paper, it's like butter. All right, so review so far on this ugly drum smoker I built. I highly recommend you get one or build one or do whatever. I have my big smoker over here, my big offset that I built, and that thing's awesome. It's not so awesome when you just want to cook one brisket like today or one pork shoulder or whatever. So the versatility in this as well, because if you want to do ribs for a bunch of people, you can hang 12 slabs ribs in that thing. So that's pretty cool. You could probably cook 2 briskets if you put one on the bottom rack and one on the second rack. Probably just put your water pan right on top of the deflector plate, or you could rig something else up if you wanted to. But the consistency of temperature hold on it is just so simple. Like, it's hard to beat. I was kind of on the fence about it at first, and I kept doing a bunch more research on how well they hold temp and how well they just cook overall, as far as like creating the bark with the flow coming from the bottom up. I was kind of just on the fence about it, but after using it, I'm pretty pleased so far. So I had, it was 6 hours on smoke, and I just took it off the smoker and I put it in the oven, and it set in the oven at 275. In about another hour, I'm going to check the temp on that and do some probing to see how tender it's getting. But I'm really pleased with it so far. It's really hard to beat. Like I said in my last video, you can go check it out. I did the price breakdown of how much everything cost. As far as the one thing I did leave out of that was the thermometer, which is $18. So I had it pinned at $195 total, but it's more like you know, $215. Now, if you, that was me with me building my own charcoal baskets. If you had to build your own or buy one and didn't have stuff to build one with, you'd be into it for another 40 or 50 bucks at the cheapest that I found. The round one on udsparts.com is pretty sweet for $49, but you should just order, if you're going to order all your stuff from there anyway, you might as well just order that when you get it. It'd be a lot cheaper. But I'm pretty pleased with the one I built. It was just made out of an old rectangular shaped grill grate, and then I wrapped it in expanded sheet that I had this left over, and then I didn't weld it. I just, because the grill was kind of shitty, so what I did was I just ended up wire tying it together, and I put a chain on it, and it's freaking awesome. So anyway, very pleased with it so far. Letting that brisket finish up inside. Been doing some stuff today, so I will get that thing finished up, and then I'm going to do some looking at it and some slicing on it. All right, this is the first time I've done a brisket in probably 3 or 4 months where I haven't let it rest overnight. So this has been resting for 3 hours, about 3 hours, about 2 hours, 20 minutes. So not quite 3 hours on the dot. The probe says it's still 150 inside. That the meat stick probe worked freaking awesome today. It's a great one. Like I said, the only thing I like better about it, really, I think it does the same thing as some other ones that are out there, but the way how pointy that tip is right there, it goes through your butcher paper a lot better, you know, like forcing it through. That's really the only little nuance that's really that much different. The app is a little bit better than some of the other ones too, so definitely check them out. I'm gonna get this out of here, get it on the cutting board, and I'm gonna start putting some slices into it. So here we are. Came out pretty tender feeling out of the package, so we're gonna start slicing into this bad boy and see what we got. Pretty good so far. Little pull test. Little tough. That's not. My bad. That's pretty good. Try that piece. That butter, that's like buttery fat. That's so awesome. It didn't pull apart like butter, but it's freaking tender. All right. It's a good sized brisket for just a few people. Getting here to this middle part a little better. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good smoke ring. I was only on smoke for maybe 5 hours, on for 5 hours. But everything rendered down really nice. I'm liking the way it turned out so far. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this piece right here. Ooh, that was like butter. Let's see if we can get a little, oh yeah. Holy shit, look at that. I'm not gonna squeeze too hard because y'all know I hate that, but look at that shit juicing. Oh baby. All right. Couple slices from the thick end, as they say. Fatty side. Get Waylon. Ooh, I got a feeling that's the money shot right there. Take this very centerpiece here. Oh yeah. Look at how juicy that is. That was like a 8-hour cook on that UDS. That was so simple. Anybody can do it.
Grandpa wants a piece.
Tell Grandpa he's gonna have to wait. It's about that time. There we go. All right. Even that end cap. Look at that end cap piece. That is rendered down perfectly. You can see how juicy it is. That's awesome. Good flavor. I say it's very comparable to the offset, but the offset is still the king to me. But when you have a small cook, you're doing, and you don't want to get the big one fired up, and you don't have a whole lot of time, that UDS is definitely worth having in the arsenal. So highly recommend building one, buying one, whatever it takes to get one, but go do it. So anyways, if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, share with your boys. Appreciate it.